Hello, this is Dan Moran. This is my module for um, PowerPoint slash video presentation. So, answering the three prompts that we were assigned on top of interviewing our curriculum director, these are kind of like my bullet points and what I felt that was important to discuss in this video as well. So, first one was at least two important global trends, the needs of students resulting from those trends, and the nature of curriculum that would be responsive to those needs. Um, Lack of information presented to parents about the Common Core standards and how they will be implemented in the classroom, I felt was one problem that I saw a lot. And with that being said, the Common Core standards are just like any other teaching standards that you would have in a school and what you would have your teachers teach to. But, those ones are kind of clear and to the point. And, as a parent trying to understand Common Core and how they apply to my child's learning, I feel like that's where they could do a better job at addressing this issue with the parents and like really laying out like this standard is for reading, this standard is for math, this is how it is applied, this is how your student will be graded, but break it down to for the parent to be able to understand as well. Kind of district curriculum directors are running into concerns from parents about adoption of Common Core in the district. This was one that the curriculum director that I interviewed spoke a lot about, and how they would get emails or phone calls from concerned parents in regards to the Mays district adopting when they did adopt Common Core standards, how that would affect their child. And she handled it very well. Her way of doing it was, I'd send them an email, have them look over the standards, and have them return a call to me if they have any comments or concerns after looking over the standards. And she said that was pretty a clear cut, and she never received any phone calls back from parents. Um, Teachers' lack of support in Common Core in the classrooms. Common Core is so laid out, and which is great, but as a classroom teacher, you have all these different ideas of what you want to teach to your students and how to teach it to them, and how to like properly balance their teaching style, but also being able to teach to the Common Core standards as well. Kind of like teachers don't have the freedom to pull in outside support to help them fully teach to the standards. So teachers pay teachers, other lesson plans that they've acquired throughout the years of their teaching, and just being able to work that into their actual lesson plan as well. And then everything is scripted. It doesn't allow the teacher to get to everything that they are wanting to do. So the next one was at least two claims made by proponents of Common Core and two claims made by people that oppose Common Core. Looking over those articles that were presented to us, it was interesting to see both sides. It was from a teacher standpoint of how the Common Core has helped the teachers in the classroom, and just allowed students to have creativity put back in the classroom. It was a clear topic, along with the teaching points for the teachers to as well. And then it also challenges the students to reach the standard. And then when it came to teacher collaboration, it was nice because all the teachers are teaching the same Common Core, so they all have an idea of what they should be discussing as well. In their PLC meetings or just in any grade level meetings as well. And it's a level learning field for all the students as well. They're all working towards one standard. There isn't a tier system that you would see in a regular classroom. And then it's preparing the kids ultimately to be ready for college, to be successful when they get out of high school, and in return be a contributing factor to society as well. The other article I read was the 10 things you should know about the Common Core. Common Core is supported by NEA, National Education Association, along with the American Federation of Teachers as well. It also provides guidance for teachers to successfully teach students to reach the standards that they are wanting. And it works towards ensuring that all students have a basic knowledge and skill to be successful in college as well. Common Core, against it. One thing that I really thought was interesting was Common Core has not been adopted across by all of the states and school districts. So, as a educator myself, if we are teaching to Common Core standards in my district and we have a student that transfers out to another school that does not teach by Common Core standards, that's kind of setting them up for a little bit of a challenge when they come in, or vice versa for a student transferring into our school district as well. So it's just they're going to be playing catch up and trying to grasp the concepts that are being taught by Common Core, and also coming from a structured Common Core district to a district that doesn't have a Common Core will also be trying to get used to that change. And then many parents and teachers feel strongly about the education system, and the role that the role that the federal government should play, and they feel that strongly that the federal government should not be in the classroom, but more of the state and school districts should have control over what is being implemented in the school districts as well. And then taxpayers also felt that they should have had a voice and some input on the creation of the Common Core standards, since they are the ones that are paying for it with their tax dollars as well. My personal stance on Common Core is, Common Core will continue to have its challenges and successes in the school districts. It is ultimately up to the school district to find ways to provide the proper support and balance for its teachers in the district, with the use of Common Core standards. Districts need to approach the use of Common Core as standards that teachers are teaching towards, but also allowing teachers to use their own strengths in their teaching to successfully teach the content that pertains to the Common Core standards. These two links are, one is to my Q&A section for my curriculum director interview. I met with Karen Dooling. She is the assistant superintendent, teaching and learning director, and this is just kind of a layout of how they would adopt new curriculum into the district as well. So I'm going to go over this real quick with you guys, and we'll see if this link works. All right, it did. So I used those questions that were provided for us in the very beginning in Module 1. It was a lot of fun, actually just sitting down with the actual curriculum director and just kind of being able to ask her these questions and kind of see and gauge her responses to them. Overall, she had tons of information and data to really help me understand like how the school district would go about adopting a new curriculum. So kind of like that, like it's a whole year process, and it's representative groups of teachers, grade level teachers, and then the secondary department head plus another teacher. So across the building, they would pull in those teachers to be on that panel. Second one is describe the process, steps, and writing new curriculum. They develop a curriculum map internally, so it has the Common Core standards to it, but it also has the built-in flexibility for the teachers to be able to teach certain standards throughout the school year. So it's a calendar pretty much, but then it also has it broken down into the weeks, what week the teachers are going to be teaching, and within that time period they should successfully teach you know, all the curriculum to meet that standard. And they have that for the whole school year. So when it comes to PLC meeting time, like they're able to sit down like, oh, in October, we're in week 4. This is where I am on the calendar. And that kind of helps the teachers stay on task of how to be able to stay on track with the curriculum that they're teaching in their classroom as well. This is new, the e-walkthrough tool. This is something that's all online, and it's provides instant data back to that teacher from the evaluator. So I had one just last week, and my principal came in with an iPad, and he went through. It was a quick walkthrough. It was about 5-minute glance just to see what I'm doing, and within 3 minutes of him walking out of my gym, I had my evaluation in my inbox on my email. So that was kind of cool. So what are some of the most important indicators of the quality of curriculum being adopted? When they're looking for new data, they start researching, looking for the effect size. Significantly, they're wanting for 4 or higher. So they look for third-party research. So someone that doesn't have personal ties to the curriculum that they are trying to get adopted. And then, a rubric to review themselves. So Common Core Publisher, Florida and Center Research, reading, how is criteria mapped and organized across grade levels in the school district, is calendar by unit or topic on a curriculum map. In the answers top, essential to the questions. I would have included this, but it was 23 pages long, and I didn't want to scan that all in and bore you with that. Is there a curriculum review or developing schedule timeline? It's a 5-year schedule used to have, so elementary, secondary, opposite of each other. They just created a schedule, so 2021 we're going to be looking at adopting new curriculum for math. 21, 22 English language, and then 22 to 23 is social studies, and then 23 to 24 science. So within these next couple upcoming years, we're going to have a lot of adoption of new curriculum into our district. So it's going to be exciting to see how that plays out and affects our district as well. What kinds of philosophies or goals to drive the use of particular curriculum in the school district? They have to be quality education for the district. So it's something that is going to benefit the district and help them keep that bar high for what they want their teachers to teach to, how their students are going to achieve in the classroom, but also get them ready for when they go on to college as well. So they meet with teachers, make sure they stay together on the content, but allow them to bring their own teaching style into the classroom. So it's on you, it's your craft, you own it, teach to your strength. Long-term plan for curriculum in school districts, just kind of mentioned, it's a 5-year schedule, working on aligning at the secondary level. Common Core been a useful guide in curriculum planning and development in school district. How has that been received? And this one was kind of interesting. So she said it was a dated question, but it was a very polarizing issue, so much that Kansas stopped using it. So it's Kansas College Career Ready standards now. So that was some supported it, and then some were afraid of it. So Obama's curriculum or districts would lose local control. Districts still decided to adopt state standards, or state decides that what they want those standards to be as well. Kinds of local needs drive use particular curriculum in the school district. I didn't think that a community would have such a strong pull on, I shouldn't say pull, but impact or influence on curriculum being adopted into that school district. But after interviewing her, it makes sense. So it's more of what would the Mace community support and how will the Mace community respond. So It's what our community's technology use is. So we're one to one. So